Hi guys, it's us at So You Married a Nerd. I'm Savannah.
I'm Bryce.
And today we're going to talk about tickets, kind of go over the different pricing, how you go about ordering them, and what kind of a ticket you might need.
So the biggest thing is, if you're only going for one day, you should know that Disney now has a seasonal pricing plan. So if you go during summer, you're going to be in the most expensive part. If you go in other times like September, it'll be cheaper. Not by much, but it will be a little bit. Now, once you start getting into 2-day passes or more, that's when they get rid of the whole tiered pricing thing and just becomes basically, right now, $200 for 2 days. Also, a 1-day pass depends on which park you go to. Magic Kingdom will be more expensive, yes. Everybody knows it's the best park, so they go there. But one like Animal Kingdom...
Go on.
One like Animal Kingdom is it's a little bit less than them. I think it's just at $100 for that. But the thing is, the more days you decide to get tickets for, the cheaper it is. So the longer you stay, the cheaper it is to play. Now the big price break happens around 5 days. Once you get 5 days, then each additional day is $20 extra per day. So that's really where the bonus really comes in. After that, 8 days to 10 days is $10 extra a day. So if you're staying a little bit longer, it does get cheaper the longer you stay. It doesn't seem like it, but it does.
The other cool thing about that is if you have a later flight on your last day and you decide that maybe you want to do a couple rides in the morning, you can also always add an extra day while you're in the parks. So if you're not sure that you want to do that on your last day, you can always just go up to a ticket booth and they'll add it at that discounted price.
Yeah, whatever price you paid for your tickets is what they'll get. So if you book early and they upgrade the price of the tickets, then you're still locked in at that cheaper price. So that's a good thing to know. Now, the other thing you want to think about is if you're going to decide that you want to go from park to park, more than one park in a day, if you will, they have what's called the Park Hopper Pass. This allows you to go to any of the 4 parks at any number of times in a single day. And it only costs $75, period. So if you have a 1-day ticket, let's say it's $100, for the Park Hopper Pass, it'll be $175. If you get a 5-day pass, let's just roughly say it's $400 to add the Park Hopper Pass, we'll change it to $475. It's just a flat rate. But yes, we both recommend the Park Hopper Pass. Because if you get tired of one park, you can just hop to another and, find something else to do. Or, the worst case scenario, if, let's say, you start your day off in Magic Kingdom and it just gets so crowded that the wait times are like an hour plus, go to a different park where they're 20 minutes. Done. Also on top of that, you can add a water park option. But you do have to have the Park Hopper option on there already. Now, just adding the water parks is $15. Now, here's where the math gets a little weird. If you're not staying for 7 days worth of park tickets, it's actually cheaper to just buy a single water park ticket day.
And that's for the pricing as it is right now. That may change, but right now, it's actually a better deal to do it that way.
Yes. The other thing is, if you're going around like Halloween or Christmas, whenever they do what they call a special event, those are typically a separate priced event. Some of them expensive, some of them not. So if you want to go to Mickey's Halloween party or Mickey's Christmas party, you do have to pay an extra admittance fee. After a certain time in the park, they'll kind of gently push you towards the front gate to get out and let the people who paid for the event actually enjoy the park at a lower crowded rate. So that day you may have to pay for 2, or just do what we did when we went to Disneyland, which was just take the half day off in the morning, just relax, and with that ticket you actually get in 3 hours earlier than the start time. So if the event starts at 5, you can actually get in at 2, so you don't really miss a whole lot. There's also one other thing you can add to your ticket, and that's called the Memory Maker. All this is all your photos throughout your entire trip, okay? Now, if you buy it 3 days in advance, it costs $150. All right. If you buy it the very first day you're in the park, it's going to cost you $170 to $200, based on the busyness of the day.
Basically, the way this works is you purchase the Memory Maker, and it'll be attached to your Magic Band. When you go into the parks, you're going to notice there are going to be people with cameras, and they'll have special outfits on. They'll take your picture even if you don't have Memory Maker, but they will ask you if you have it, and if you do have it, they'll scan your Magic Band, and basically any picture that is on there will appear in a file or folder for you at the end of your vacation. The cool thing about this is it also does include some of the ride photos. So if you've ever been that person who's like, man, I really wish we could have that ride photo, but
I
like,
don't want to pay $35
it's like
for it.
$30.
Yeah.
This will include that. So I know there was one vacation where me and Bryce actually, we rode the Rock and Roller Coaster, I think about 10 times in a row.
No.
I mean, something like that. And we have all those pictures, and we had fun with it. We did different poses and stuff all around it. So it's just a really neat feature to have if you can afford it. If you're not sure whether or not you want to get a memory maker because $150 sounds like a lot of money to you, I would say that if you know that this might be your only time going to Disney, I would highly recommend it. If it's for a special event and you want to have pictures from your professional grade pictures from your trip, then I would highly recommend it. Getting pictures at Disney, if you have your own camera, is no problem. Cast members are more than happy to snap your photo for you if you just ask them. It's not like you're going to have any shortage of pictures if you don't get one. And the cool thing about the cast members actually taking your picture for you anytime you need it is everybody can be in the picture. So, like for us, usually when we go on trips, I'm the one who's not in the picture because I'm usually the photographer. A lot of them.
But at Disney, it doesn't matter as long as just ask a cast member and they'll happily take your picture.
Yeah, so that's not an issue.
No. Also, if you do want to do like the meet and greets, where you meet certain characters and all, if you give them your camera, they will take a few pictures with it. They'll also take some with the photo pass. Now again, you don't have to buy it. You can actually buy individual photos later on, but you're not going to get the memory maker.
You have a cat.
I have a cat.
One of the other cool things about the memory maker is Disney, like they do with a bunch of things, is actually going to add a little extra magic to them sometimes. Not every photographer will do this, but if you're going through the parks and you haven't had anybody ask you to do something weird while you're taking a picture, just kind of ask them about if there's any extra magic they can give you, and they'll have you do certain poses where you'll find a surprise in your picture later.
Yeah, you'll be a little confused when they're like, go like this, and you're like, and then it turns out to be actually a really fun photo later on.
So just keep that in mind. If that's one of my favorite things about the memory maker.
I do like the memory maker.
And I'm not a kid, we don't have kids, but I mean, it makes me smile, so I can only imagine how a kid would react to something like that showing up in their picture.
A little bit of magic later after you get home. It's very nice.
Alright guys, that's all we have to say about tickets. If you have any questions about anything we covered, or if there's something that we didn't cover, just leave your question in the comment below and we'll get to it. If you have any other questions, just go ahead and leave them for us, and
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Alright, thanks guys.
Bye. Push the button?
Yeah, push the button.
This one?
That's not the right one. No, I'll do it. You know what? Hey guys, thanks for watching. We hope this video was helpful. If you'd like to know more about us, click the video on the left to see our first video. If you'd like to see how long you should stay at Disney, according to us, click the video on the right. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys!